Ford's 7.3L Godzilla V8 just got a fix that every truck owner in America has been waiting for. And if you thought this engine was already impressive, wait until you hear what changed. For years, the Godzilla earned a serious reputation in the heavy-duty truck world. When Ford brought this engine to life in 2020, it was a bold statement. While every other automaker was shrinking displacement and bolting on turbochargers, Ford went in the complete opposite direction. They dropped a massive naturally aspirated pushrod V8 into the Super Duty lineup, delivering 430 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque straight from the factory. Old-school truck guys absolutely loved it. The deep V8 growl built a simple architecture, the brute force torque that made towing feel completely effortless. It was the spiritual successor to Ford's legendary big block engines, designed to be serviceable, durable, and built for the long haul. Fleet operators celebrated it. Crate engine builders went absolutely crazy for it. Gearheads, who were tired of complex turbocharged setups, welcomed it with open arms right across the country. The Godzilla was supposed to be Ford's answer to decades of over-engineering. And for the most part, it delivered exactly that. No turbochargers, no complex variable timing, just a straightforward iron block V8 designed to run for 500,000 miles in commercial service. But despite all of its strengths, one persistent problem kept coming up, and Ford knew they had to address it sooner or later. The complaint was consistent across forums, dealerships, and fleet garages all across the country. Owners were reporting a valvetrain tick that showed up at idle after long highway drives and during high-temperature operation. For some drivers, it was just an annoying background noise. For others, especially those towing heavy or running the engine hard on a regular basis, it raised real concerns about long-term reliability. Nobody expected a brand-new Ford V8 to sound like a worn-out old farm motor. The noise traced back to the hydraulic lifters and the pushrod design. Independent mechanics who tore into these engines discovered that oil flow through the lifter galleries was sometimes inconsistent, particularly under high RPM loads and sustained towing stress. It was not that the oiling system was broken outright. It simply was not optimized for the kind of performance and abuse that enthusiasts and heavy users were putting the Godzilla through daily. When Ford originally engineered the 7.3L, the primary focus was medium-duty reliability, not peak performance or extreme towing applications. The result was a small but noticeable gap between what the engine could theoretically handle and what its oiling system was set up to support under pressure. Over time, as the Godzilla found its way into more demanding builds, race applications, motorhomes, and heavy commercial trucks, that gap became harder to ignore. Tuners flagged it, fleet managers logged it, and real-world owners made sure that Ford heard about it loud and clear. Ford listened. In 2026, the updated 7.3L Godzilla quietly rolled out with meaningful internal changes that directly target the exact issues owners had complained about for years. The revised engine features redesigned hydraulic lifters, improved pushrods, and a reworked oiling circuit that delivers more consistent pressure to the top end of the engine under all operating conditions. Engineers modified the lifter oil galleries to maintain steady pressure during high-load scenarios, significantly reducing both valvetrain noise and internal wear over time. The new lifters also feature tighter tolerances and improved anti-bleed characteristics, which means they hold pressure longer after the engine sits and eliminate the lazy lifter behavior that caused ticking during heat soak. In plain terms, Ford improved communication between the lifters and pushrods, making sure oil stays exactly where it needs to be throughout the entire operating range. Builders who have had the chance to tear down the updated version confirm that Ford did not simply patch the problem. They went into the core design and refined it from the inside out. One veteran Ford technician put it well, saying the Godzilla was already overbuilt. But these changes make it feel more polished, like the difference between a hard-working horse and a thoroughbred that has finally been properly tuned. The results in the real world are hard to ignore. Drivers stepping into truck trucks equipped with the updated Godzilla immediately notice the difference from the moment they fire up the engine. The signature tick is virtually gone. The engine idles with a composed, authoritative rumble rather than the rough mechanical clatter some owners had grown accustomed to hearing. Oil pressure stays stable and consistent during uphill towing runs, heavy hauling, and extended highway drives. Fleet operators are seeing fewer warranty claims tied to valvetrain issues, and service intervals related to oiling concerns are stretching noticeably longer than before. For the performance aftermarket community, this update is genuinely exciting. Tuners and builders who had been holding back from pushing the Godzilla to its limits now have a much stronger foundation to work from. The top-end oiling deficiency that once placed a ceiling on high-performance builds has been addressed, opening the door to more aggressive cam profiles, higher revving configurations, and serious forced induction projects that were previously too risky. Through all of this improvement, Ford kept what made the engine great in the first place. It is still naturally aspirated, still easy to service, still built with overbuilt simplicity that makes mechanics happy. The Godzilla is now better suited than ever for enthusiasts dropping it into vintage Broncos, Fox body Mustangs, and custom restorations across the country. Mike Copeland, a respected engine builder with years of working on Ford powertrains, called this update overdue but absolutely essential. He said the Godzilla is one of the most promising V8s of the modern era, affordable, powerful, and reliable, but it carried mechanical quirks that needed to be fixed. With the lifter issue now resolved, the engine can be pushed harder in any application, whether it lives inside a Super Duty or a serious 4-digit horsepower street build. Jason Gonderman, an editor at Truck Trend, shared similar thoughts, noting that Ford did not just respond to criticism from owners. They refined an already excellent engine and brought it closer to its true potential. He called it smooth, durable, and phenomenal sounding, and suggested it may be the last truly great pushrod V8 before electrification fully takes over the industry. From an engineering standpoint, this fix says a great deal about Ford's commitment to internal combustion. They could have left the Godzilla alone, since sales remained strong regardless. But they chose to improve it based on direct feedback from the people actually using it every single day. The 7.3-liter Godzilla is not just holding its ground in a rapidly changing automotive landscape, it is actively growing its following. It powers everything from F-250 pickups all the way up to F-750 commercial trucks, school buses, recreational vehicles, and high-demand crate engine builds nationwide. Ford Performance's crate version remains consistently in high demand, with the aftermarket supporting it through forged internals, supercharger kits, and complete bolt-on packages. With improved valve, train durability, and more reliable oiling performance, the engine is now better prepared for tighter emission standards and longer service cycles. Ford is not stepping away from internal combustion, they are making it better. The 7.3-liter Godzilla started life as a brute force workhorse, built to outlast everything around it. With this update, it has evolved into something more refined, a genuine monster that has been properly tamed without losing any of its raw character. As one Ford engineer reportedly said, after putting the updated version through its paces, they did not reinvent the Godzilla, they simply made it unstoppable. Old-school American muscle is still very much alive, and right now, it is running better than ever.